Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm definitely not Vlad, and you're watching me pug my way to 3k rating on a Blood DK in Dragonflight Season 4. Today we have the vault to open and take a look inside, see what we got, and after that we're going to try and do our first 10 key. Hopefully we'll get invited, because otherwise I have to push up my own key from an 8 to a 10, but with how thirsty people are for tanks, I think I might just get invited anyway. The reason I'm worried that I might not be invited is because I only have 8 clears, but we'll see how that goes. Let's take a look at the vault. We are also getting another bullion, but I think I'll take a peek at the vault and see if there's anything that I will absolutely enjoy. We're going to open it with unholy loot specs, so we get DPS trinkets if we get DPS trinkets, or rather if we get trinkets. But it seems that we do not have any sort of trinkets. What we do have is myth tier pantaloons and a veteran tier 2-hander that I don't really need. This is actually looking pretty good. It looks like a nice upgrade. I'd have to tierify it, but I don't mind because it's a myth piece. I'm not going to be replacing that, and I can enchant it, keep it forever. Part of me is actually kind of tempted to grab this though, because then I can put whatchamacallits, sockets on my rings. I have an awakened ring, and with how it works this season is you just need 3 of these aspects token of merit to get a single socket adding item. So with 1 full vault you can actually get 2 sockets. I also have a hero tier helmet. I don't think I'd socket the hero tier helmet, but I would socket the belt, which is really good. There's only so much item level I can get from these pants going from hero to myth. It's really not that much. Long term it would be nice, and I'd probably kick myself for not getting it. I don't know yet. I don't know. Yeah, screw it. There will be plenty of opportunities for me to get sockets. I'm just gonna grab the pantaloons and tierify them, and then I'll have myth tier pants. There we go. We got a keystone. Of course it's Algathar Academy. Why wouldn't it be Algathar Academy? I don't care though. We're just not gonna run that if we can get into a 10 that somebody else is hosting. We're just going to quickly fly over here and make sure that we buy ourselves fierce armor kit. There it goes. 3-star bad boy right there. I'll do that before I forget, because I will forget. There we go. New pantaloons being enchanted, and we're gonna go tierify them real quick. Oh, and I do have a new transmog going on. It's not particularly amazing, but it looks okay. Let me just control click on that, and then I get this bigger window thanks to the Narcissus add-on. We're using Armageddon because it's big ol' honkin' sword is purple, and it's got a little bit of like lighter color in it, so it ends up working out quite well with this Pandaria set from the dungeons. I don't know if it's from the dungeons. I think it's from the heroic dungeons, but yeah, I always like this set. I think it looks cool with the purple and the red. I don't know, I like it. Picasso. And here we have the tierification place. We actually only have 1 of the currencies, 1 charge of the catalyst, so we're gonna make sure we use that on these myth pants. Triple check before I click that transform button. There we go. And we're gonna slap these on. Now we gotta make sure we fix our transmog immediately. People can't see me walking around like this, can they? And there we go. So what I did in the last stream, so yesterday I streamed, which was on Tuesday, I decided to get everything done on an 8. There were like 5 dungeons I needed to do. If you want to check that out, I basically commentated the same way I commentate when I record videos, so it could be pretty fun for you if you enjoy the videos. There's obviously no jump cuts there, but you know, that's what the stream is about. You can find the stream VODs on Definitely Not VODs. It's linked in the description. You can also just check out the stream. If you follow, you might catch me live. As this video goes out, we'll probably be playing some Mr. Pandaria remix, hopefully. And when I say we, I mean Danny and I. I don't know if the microphone picked it up, but Danny went me in the background. Oh, and of course we can do the 5 time walking bosses or dungeons to get another piece of champion tier loot from the raids. I'm not sure if I want to do that, because it's like I don't really need champion tier loot anymore. I'm ready to move on to hero pieces. The one thing that I could be happy about is getting augury, because I think I will grab augury and replace this blazebinder's hoof. It's not a horrible trinket. Like, I see it do a bit of damage, but if you look at my overall damage done, burnout wave 2.4% is burnout wave. I think that's because I just used it more. Okay, that's more damage than I expected it to do. Still not as much as augury would do. I think augury would do a lot more. But now the question is, will the idol of trampling hooves actually do more damage? Trampling hooves did 13.74 million damage and 5.7% of my overall damage. So I don't think burnout wave is ever going to catch up to whatchamacallit, trampling hooves. But the thing about burnout wave is it's not just a damage trinket. It actually gives you a bunch of strength for the duration of it. So you could be looking at potentially like 6,000 strength for most of that 20-second duration. Let's say if we average it out, you're looking at 3,000 strength for 20 seconds. That's pretty good. That's a lot of strength, considering that in total we have 13k, so you get roughly 10% more strength while you're using the trinket. That is not a small amount. So I don't know. Best bet would probably be to sim it in a dungeon slice and see how that works out, but I'll do that once I actually have the bullion to use. All right, that's enough faffing about. We're going to hide these two, and then we're going to go ahead and queue up for some 10 keys. I'm not sure which key to do, but I'm going to take a look at the videos that I've recorded so far on this character and take a look at the dungeons I've done the least, and then I'll put those in the wheel of names, and we'll spin that and see which one we run. Okay, after checking the videos, it looks like Ruby Life Pulls, Uldaman, Noku Defensive, and Neltharis are my least run keys as far as the recordings go. Obviously, I've done runs of these keys on the stream, but in the videos I put on YouTube, I haven't. And it looks like my least favorite is going to be the winner. It's Ruby Life Pulls. I should have known better than to let the wheel of names pick, but oh well. Alrighty, we managed to get our grippy hands off. We're gonna summon Danny. It's been a while since I've started doing that regularly. Gotta make sure I do that. Alright, I've asked the group to give me a second before while I group all the mobs. They didn't seem to do so. They've already started blasting these guys. I have to be very careful here, and you... Okay. I shut up there for a second because I got so scared. I think this is a good enough first pull. I don't want to overdo it. This trash is treacherous at best. Just gonna grip this to make sure they're all grouped up nice and tight. Okie dokie. I think I'm good now. Icebound Fortitude. I don't feel very safe. There's the blast coming through. It's gonna go in the back. Somebody got hit by it, it would seem. Gag on my dragon got hit by the blast. That's unfortunate. All right, we're gonna drop a D&D right here, and we're gonna grip this ranged mob, trying to get aggro here, trying to also stay alive at the same time. Okay, Dancing Rune Weapon is back up, so we're going to use it right away. We have Afflicted. I can't do anything about Afflicted. It looks like we're healing Afflicted. Evoker should help with the dispel there, but it worked out, I think. I don't know who dispelled what or what happened, but it all worked out in the end. And that's what matters, isn't it? We got our Tombstone out. These Ice Bolt peeps really hurt. I'm just going to grip that Ice Bolt. It seems to be immune to it. Oh, they're raging, so that's why they'll be immune to my grips. Okay. Afflicted. We just want to handle those. I don't really want to pull another Juggernaut because I'm pulling both of the... What are they called? You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to pull the Juggernaut. Pull this Frost Chill Weaver, whatever you want to call it. Ice Shield. I don't care about. Ice Bolts I'm going to try and interrupt to keep those things from coming through. I got my Dancing Rune Weapon yet again. I'm not worried about physical damage, but those Ice Bolts really hurt. I got to be careful. Make sure that I manage my death strikes well here, and that I keep them cheap. I gotta keep them cheap so I can keep using them as much as possible, because when these two Ice Bolts go through, look at that, my health just plummets because it's magic damage. It doesn't matter how much absorb I have. I have 1 million absorb shield right now, and it doesn't do much for me because these guys are just doing so much magic damage. Okay, we're just about done. Another Shield Weaver got pulled. We're gonna grip it in. We're gonna, well, I wanted to kick it, but my kick's on cooldown. Somebody else kicked it. That's beautiful. Ice Shield being cast. We're gonna interrupt that really quick. It ends up working out because we're kind of cleaving it while we're killing the big guy. Okay, Afflicted are coming out again. That's the scream you hear, by the way, is the Afflicted spawning in. I have a WeakAuras that does the Wilhelm scream every time. All right, we're gonna start dragging this mob across. We're gonna pull this big guy. There you go. We're gonna taunt him, hit him, all the good stuff. He does primarily physical damage, so I'm not too scared of him. We're gonna use Grippy Hands here and the Dancing Rune Weapon. Sorry, I got a bit tongue-tied there for a second. Blazing Rush coming through. Not even I want to be hit by that on, what's it called? On Fortified, so we're just making sure we move out of the way. Steel Barrage coming through. This is the bit that hurts. Got to make sure I have a lot of blood shield stacked up for that. Blazing Rush coming through again. We're just going to use this opportunity to use Death's Caress efficiently. There we go. We should be safe. Steel Barrage coming through. We're just going to use Anti-Magic Shell because part of this seems to be magic damage or not. I'm not sure. Blazing Rush is coming at me. I'm scared now for my life. Oh, the next... blazing blah blah strikes are gonna actually hurt. I'm gonna use Icebound Fortitude just to make sure I survive that, and he's gone. Okay, I have my Dancing Rune Weapon, so I want to immediately pull the boss and drop my D&D here and get started with this, so I can make more use of my what's it called, Dancing Rune Weapon. Right, I used it right as the last big mob died. I moved her only a little bit, so I make sure I don't touch the circles, but I still stay in my D&D. You want to move her slowly across the edge of the platform, like from one spot to another, so that you can make use of okay, D&D right here, Blood Boil, Frost Overload. She needs to get DPS down so we can interrupt her. There we go. Just This was kind of scary because all the little whelps went straight for the healer. The healer didn't stack on me. That's kind of what they're supposed to do, is just stack on me so that I have an easy time grabbing aggro off them. Chill Storm going off onto the priest at the side. Priest should be able to get out of there relatively safely. I'm getting frigid sharded to death over here. He has a frigid shard to share with me. I'm not a big fan of that. Okay. Still staying inside of my D&D. That's how I increase my DPS. We're going to use grippy hands here. They'll help me with the little guys. I'm going to drop a D&D right here and Blood Boil. Make sure I have the aggro. Now we're looking to break the shield so we can interrupt the frost overload. Somebody got that. Beautiful. Very nice. We're going to anti-magic shell here because these cold claws are hurting me. We did get one stack of the afflicted debuff, so our haste is extremely low. I would love to get the spell. There we go. I got my dispel. Chill Storm coming through. There's another afflicted. I'm gonna ping it. I'm really hurting here. Okay, I managed to survive. Hail bombs. This is fortified and this boss is giving me trouble because I'm not using my death strikes enough. We have a person down. I don't know if it's worth CRing in the middle of a boss fight. Not in the middle, it's like at the end of a boss fight. This boss is very scary. The frigid shards really hurt because they're magic damage. Because are extra susceptible to that. We have one here and one here. Hail bomb actually hit me there. Frigid shards causing a lot of hurt. Boss should be dead here. Very nice. Now this person can release. They spawned here. There we go. They spawned right here on top of us. There was no reason for us to sit there casting a res for 10 seconds or close to 10 seconds. It's a waste of time because they spawn right here on this platform and they can hop on a dragon or a drake and ride up with us. Now here comes a scary part of the dungeon for me, which is Thunderhead. On Tyrannical, he's kind of scary. On Fortified, he's terrifying. So we're going to go ahead and pull it right off the bat. I'm thinking about pulling right first, and then I don't have to deal with, whatever. We're going to pull Thunderhead. It's whatever. I'm only pulling him. I do not want to risk this. Storm Breath coming down on me. That's okay. I could just move out of it. Usually doesn't target the tank. There's a Rolling Thunder. Now, ideally, people wouldn't mass dispel this. Okay, that got the spell. That's very good. The reason you don't want to mass dispel it is because when the debuff expires, or is dispelled, it does AoE damage, and if you mass dispel it, you'll get both of the people, and it'll do a bunch of damage at once. You're supposed to dispel one and then just heal everyone up so that they can survive the next round of damage from the one that isn't being dispelled, right? It's very similar to last season's I almost said Defense of the Ancients Doti. I just got one tapped by that. Holy shit. I probably should have stayed there to CR. What the hell? I did not respect that Thunderjaw. That's so bad. I shouldn't have also released. I should have waited for the CR. That's so stupid by me. I think people are kiting. I'm going to try and hopefully get to them in time. I'm going to mount up because I need to run quite a bit. Just running would have been too slow. Did they manage to kill it? They did manage to kill it. Sorry. I completely disrespected that. It's a mini boss and I got to treat it as such. And we're going to AoE CC right here because I see a bunch of Caspars. We're going to kick this one. I need to make sure I stay alive. I got too used to the tyrannical keys, but it's kind of nice to do a bit of a messy key. I've been having very smooth runs lately. This seems like an overpull because people are not using their interrupts. I need to death strike my way back up. All of these should have been knocked up, but I guess you can't really knock them up when they're raging. I keep forgetting about raging. That might actually cost us here. And we're pulled again. Dang it, man. I'm making a lot of mistakes. Okay. Calmate, por favor. You can't pull that much when you have 4 interrupts total in the entire run so far. Okay, let's do this again. This time, we managed to kill a few of these peeps that cast, so it should be a little bit smoother. I'm just going to chill with the pulls, and we should be fine. It's just the big guy now, so we're just going to DPS the big guy and the 2 melee guys. I can grip one of them in and get started that way. Also going to use grippy hands. Why not? A living bomb on me. We're just going to knock everything up. That's okay. No debuff from the guys. What's the what they call afflicted, which is good. It's just the melee guys. They're only going to hurt me, and I can AoE CC them when they do their spin. Pulling just the destroyer feels counterproductive. You can step on top of them. I'm not going to lead them into that. You can just step on top of them to knock them up. That works, I guess. I didn't realize in time that there was a, what's it called, binding shot down, so I just didn't move the mobs to make them move out of the binding shot range to get them stunned. Ideally, we would dispel the flame dancers during the blaze of glory. Priests can do that, and if they do so, they Blaze of Glory guys just kind of fall over dead. Are we gonna wait for these afflicted to get taken care of? Then I'll go into the next pull. D&D right on top of that. We're gonna put focus on the Cinder Weaver. I don't care if they're shooting it at me. They're shooting it at me. The second I see them casting it at somebody else, I will use my interrupt. They're still casting it at me. I don't care. They got knocked up. That's great. When I see them cast at somebody else, I will actually use my interrupt. I can see who they're targeting because at the end of the cast bar it says the target. See, right now it's targeting the evoker, so I decided to interrupt it. Okay, person with the firebomb thing, living bomb, is moving in to damage them. They can't knock them up due to raging, which I keep forgetting, but this time it didn't matter too much because there was nothing they really needed to interrupt. That looked like it got dispelled instantly, which is very good. It means that we're going to start dispelling those blazing glories, and all is well. Just gonna ping the other afflicted so people see it. Very nice. And we're gonna drag this over to the next spot. Now I'm looking for the dragon. It's flying over. I'm gonna ping it so that people know that that's what we're trying to kill. I don't want to do anything else right now. I just want to kill the dragon. So we're gonna wait for the dragon to land here. We don't want to fight the dragon along with the rest of these mobs. It'll be too much. And I'm going to taunt the dragon. Haha, you look goofy with those tiny little arms. There we go. We've successfully taunted it. It's angry. It's pissed off. It's killed our healer. We're going to CR our healer as soon as possible. Jesus Christ, the fire maw hurts. The fire maw hurts so bad. I am not happy about this. Yep, we will CR our healer. There we go. CR is going out to them. Fire maw coming up in 5 seconds. We're going to Icebound Fortitude this one. I'm going to ping these. Fire maw successfully resisted to some extent. Dot's really ripping me a new one. Getting some help from our healer. We have Lichborn for the next fire maw coming up in 10 seconds. Gotta make sure. Hopefully we were able to murder Flame Gullet. It looks like we'll be using Bloodlust on the second boss. Flame Gullet is going down. Great HPS by the healer. Fire maw survived yet again. I need assistance or I need a resurrect. Bro, I'm dying. I got lay on hands. I got everything. The hunter seems to have pulled this next group of mobs while I was getting ready to just kind of lay down and die. I'm gonna move these mobs so that they get stunned. Hopefully, yes, there we go. They got stunned by the binding. I'm again looking at the Cinder Weaver. If they attack anyone other than me, I interrupt them. There we go. We're gonna interrupt this spell. I can take the single hit, right? I don't really care. The Blaze of Glory should be dispelled ideally. It'll prevent any AoE damage going through, but it looks like they just die very quickly once they go into Blaze of Glory regardless of the dispel, so I think that's okay. And there's the Destroyer dead. We're gonna move on to the next group. The group's very low HP right now. We're just gonna chill until we're healed up a little bit. We're just hitting these like I'm waiting for people to get healed up before I pull the next group because it's gonna be a hell of a pull probably. And here we go. We're gonna put the Cinder Weaver on focus. Blood Boil. We're gonna grippy hands. Okay. And now whenever I see that I'm not the one being cast at, we're going to go ahead and just use our interrupt. I don't care if I get hit by it. I don't want my friends to be hit by it. Another one is back there. I'm just going to ping it to help out in case they missed it. Okay, they're now currently raging. We can only interrupt them. I can't death grip them to stop them. This knockup is just going to knock me up if I don't move out of it. Okay, we still have the Destroyer, pretty beefy. We're going to grip these two guys in. We're going to AoE CC, and then I'm going to fall over dead because I'm focusing on grouping mobs instead of surviving them. We still have a CR left. We'll see if the group decides to use it on me here. If I release, I'm gone for way too long. Yeah, the reason I didn't have Purgatory here is because I died from the last flame maw that went through. Oh, that's so annoying, dude. You miss one death strike, you die. I hate fortified keys. What I was trying to do there was to be efficient. It ended up biting me in the ass because that was very inefficient what I just did there. Anti-magic shell so I can survive for a little bit. We're gonna grip this and we're gonna hit that guy in the back. We're gonna grip this, and can you just try to take it to the tank so I don't have to run over and waste globals grouping these mobs off of you instead of surviving? Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, getting a little cranky here because I keep dying like an idiot while recording. I don't like that. I can die like an idiot on stream because I can laugh it off, but when I'm recording it just feels bad. Okay, really need people to start kicking things. We have two people with kicks on off cooldown and not using them. Flame Dance is coming through, but they're raging so I can't actually interrupt them. Blaze of Glory happening as well. Okay, we got dispelled. Healer went down. We can res them. They don't have to be CR'd. Messy but timeable. Messy but timeable. We have these guys that need to get taken care of. Our priest is dead. I'm not going to CR them. They're also going to release. That's okay. This destroyer should be dead very soon, and then we can focus on the next boss, which we can bloodlust. It's also, what's it called? Fortified, so the boss fight shouldn't be too scary unless people mess up and point the boulder in the worst possible direction. But even then, you can usually kind of salvage the situation. I'm just going to wait for my food buff. One more second and we have the food buff. I believe we're ready to go. We can bloodlust this. I'm going to go ahead and do the pull. I'm just gonna pop absolutely everything, try and increase my DPS. Okay, we're gonna just wait real quick for 1 second. We're just gonna wait for the molten boulder so I know where it's going, and then I can move. Firestorm is dying pretty quickly. I'm gonna get some death strikes in while I can from these searing blows. Okay, we're gonna stand over here, try to bait the molten boulder into this direction. Very good, it was successful. We can just move a little bit over here. Hopefully it spawns over here, not there. I think it tends to spawn on players. Now with everyone stacking over here, we're gonna have a hard time pulling it away from where we want it to go. But again, I'm trying to position so the molten boulder goes over there. It did go over there, but I was a little bit scared when I saw it coming because I wasn't ready for it. Okay, people are kicking this successfully. Firestorm has been killed. Blazehoof can be moved using dancing rune weapon. We're gonna drop this and tombstone. Molten boulder coming through, kind of in a good spot. That works out. This person should be standing over there because then it could spawn the ad over there, and that's not great. See, like that, that's exactly the worst spot they could have stood. But okay, this boss is a positioning boss. Positioning bosses in World of Warcraft, they're just really hard for people. Luckily, we were able to bait the boulder in the right direction. We interrupted it along with the paladin, so we made sure that had happened. Roaring blaze coming through, somebody else took care of it. We do still have the hunter left to interrupt, and the mob is dead, so it doesn't matter. Hunter doesn't have to do that. Molten boulder coming through is going to hit this. People need to move away from it. Okay, we step over here. Next thing that's happening is ritual blaze binding. We're gonna have it in the direction we want to go in. Not a huge deal, we just stay on the boss. I agree with the ping, whoever it was the hunter. Hunter's very eager, likes to pull for me, also likes to ping. We've got one mind, we're connected. All right, this next pull, not that scary. I'm going to get started with it. There's only the channeler to worry about, so as long as the healer can keep us alive, we're good. I'm gonna tombstone, grippy hands, taunt this, hit this, and blood boil as they join us, and we should be safe. The afflicted we're taking care of, very nice. Need a fresh D&D doing so. Evoker going down pretty low. I failed to interrupt the thunder thing. We're just gonna use an anti-magic shell, screw it. Need a new D&D, refresh the blood boil, and let's see if we can interrupt this now. There we go, we've successfully interrupted it. We seem to have quite a bit of time left, so I'm going to go ahead and just give us a bit of time by pulling the channeler. Man, I'm kind of scared of pulling that. The group hasn't been great about interrupts, so maybe I should just focus on, whatchamacallit, on just pulling one group at a time. I think that'll be safer. The group's kind of blasting it. I don't want to overdo it. This next pull is very deadly. With two channelers, if you don't interrupt them, your group will die. So I'm just going to keep it safe. I've died enough times in this run already to know that I shouldn't push it too far. I'm going to kick this. Hopefully the channeler gets interrupted as well. Flash fire coming through. It got interrupted. Very nice. Lightning storm coming through. Big HPS required by the healer here. Hopefully we get it. Healer went down. Now they can focus on healing everyone except for themselves. That works out. Channeler still has their cast. We're going to interrupt it. Hopefully somebody interrupts the other channeler. They're all called channelers, but the fire thingy channeler. I don't think do I need the CR? I'll let the paladin decide if we CR. Paladin is kind of ignoring it. I'd rather keep my resources. We have 2 people down, 17% left on the channeler. I don't think it'll be an issue. People are releasing. I don't want to CR because this next group's even worse than this one, so I'd rather not spend my one. Actually, we have 2 CRs, so maybe I should have CR'd, but oh well. Too little too late. Now we have 2 for the next pull, which I think is the worst in the dungeon. Maybe second only to like one of the dragon pulls, because this big Taran lady in the back, high channel Rivati, she is a pain in the booty hole. They really could have made the respawn point on top of this instead of having you fly up every single time, but oh well. I'm going to use grippy hands. Shock blast is going to be interrupted. I'm going to use anti-magic shell. Lightning storming is coming through. Need a new D&D. Keep those D&Ds rolling. We're about to get dancing rune weapon back off cooldown, so we're going to use that now. Still looking at Rivati. Want to make sure I interrupt anything I can interrupt. I can interrupt whenever she casts it. There we go. We got another interrupt in on the shock blast. The shock blast actually hurts even the tank, so you want to make sure we keep her at bay. Okay, group is getting absolutely blasted. We're gonna pull this. I guess the hunter's gonna pull it for us. It's a lot of those. Tempest storm shield that's gonna blow up once we destroy it, right? Yes, no? Okay, that got interrupted. I'm going to go ahead and pull that, taunt this. I guess death coil it, whatever. I don't care so much about the big AoE damage. I can heal that up. I don't have a kick available for this. That's kind of painful. Need to keep blood boiling these, drop a new D&D. There we go. People avoiding those successfully, and it looks like we're almost done. This was such a messy run, and I want to apologize to this group for dying over and over again. I died so many times on trash like an absolute idiot. All right, we're getting started. I'm gonna drop my D&D over here, bring this guy over here. We have big defensives rolling already. There's another afflicted over here. We're just gonna ping it for everyone to make sure that they notice it. Very nice. Winds of change coming through. Storm slam. I need to just get healed a little bit. Big breath coming from the dragon, but nobody seems to be standing in it, so it doesn't really matter. We're just going to go ahead and use grippy hands here for the DPS. Helps with resource generation and regeneration, so we may as well use it. Drop a new D&D. I don't care so much about moving closer to the dragon. Here I can move closer to the dragon. I do need a new D&D anyway, so I can just place it under the dragon and people can get some cleaving in. Storm slam coming through. We're just going to anti-magic shell. I should have used it before the storm slam came through, but what can I do? I'm a little bit stupid. I'm going to try and position this so it lands over here. There's the big breath again. Hopefully we take care of all the afflicted. I can't really see them. Hopefully the rest of the group does see them. Flame spit coming through, which means we're going to drop more crap. I'm just going to drop it here where all this is. Another one got put on me because I stepped into the fire, or just because there was more of them coming. Okay, there we go. Our friend Kodo Daddy is having a bit of a rough time. We're going to try and stand in this, looking around for the afflicted so I can ping him if necessary. Not necessary. Interrupting cloudburst. Hopefully nobody gets interrupted. Okay, well, 2 people went down. I'm glad I have 2 CRs, but the boss is basically dead, so we're gonna go ahead, build up some runic power. I don't have enough runic power to CR our priest friend, but actually, do I? No, I don't. That's unfortunate. Ruby whelp shell hero. I'm gonna ask if anyone wants that. Yeah, I can't actually trade it. Thank you for the run, and sorry for dying so much. Fortified sucks. All right, there we go. It's good. The party leader, Kodo Daddy, is fine with me dying. Says it's all good. We timed it. Not all good, my bad. No, I'm a blood DK. It's not your bad, healer. Trust me. It is not your bad. We drop the macro on him and we peace out. Okay, that was a challenging run. We'll put it that way. We did manage to time it though. With how much time remaining? With 2 minutes 40 seconds remaining, let's put it that way. So close to 3 minutes remaining. Not amazing, but you know, good enough. A time is a time is a time, and you know what that means? We have our first portal, which is Ruby Life Pools. Beautiful. We finally got a 10 done. It took a while. I probably could have gotten some 10s done last week, honestly, but I didn't want to push like that. I just wanted to get all of these 8s done, and now we're well on our way to 2.5k rating. We're at 2,406 rating. We're sitting at 514 item level. I think that's thanks to these pants. We went from 512 to 514. I can also upgrade these Idol of Trampling hooves a little bit. I think, let me see here. Because of the new trinket that I got, I can actually upgrade this without having to spend any worm crests, which I have basically none of. Yeah, I have 3 worm crests. I might need to do some worm crest farming at some point, but I think I'll do that during a stream. We do have some aspect crests. We could use those to upgrade the pantaloons we just got, the myth ones. Since we can't craft this week, I think I may just as well go and do that. I don't really want to upgrade the Blazebinder's hoof. I think I'll use my resources on something else. I'm going to put it in this because I get stamina, strength, and you know, stuff like that. So yeah, overall, really solid run. I'm quite happy that I managed to time a 10. It was Ruby Life Pools, and I was kind of expecting to get smacked around quite a bit. There were some deaths that actually genuinely surprised me. I just didn't think I would go down in those moments, but a lot of them have to do with me doing a, you know, Vlad TM pull, you know, where I just pull too much and eat shit for it. But that's just how it goes sometimes. But that's pretty much the end of this episode. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, let me know what you liked about it in a comment. If you had fun, make sure you subscribe because there's more episodes coming. And if you're feeling particularly generous, you can become a channel member. Channel members have guaranteed replies to their comments, and they get nice little shoutouts at the beginning of videos. If you're craving more D&B content, you can always check out the stream. Currently, after this video goes live, you can find me streaming some Mop Remix, most likely, along with Danny. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.